You know how I know good men exist? Because Cassie's husband, Alex Fine.
So she proceeds to mention Cassie's husband and then also mention Russell Wilson, Sierra's husband. Don't you find it interesting that women always seem to describe what a good man is or what a real man is based on the fact that he accepts her past regardless and about what he does for her? Y'all notice that? It's always something to the detriment of men for women to see a man as a real man. It always got to be some boundary that he's willing to let her cross. You ever notice that? Interesting. And my original plan for this video was to show y'all the original full video of what she had to say, but I just did that stitch 24 hours ago and she's already taken the original video down. Yeah, I guess these reactions must have really got to her. Yeah, she knew what she said was stupid.
You stupid.
Let's get into it. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Ron back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So there's uproar on the internet going on about Cassie's husband and how after everything that's being heard, there's a possibility that he might be leaving. He made a statement saying that she's healed and blase blase. And of course, women are trying to paint him as this hero instead of showing any kind of empathy for him whatsoever. Wow, whoop-de-doo, what a fucking surprise, right? Anyway, so you got women over here literally defending her and pretty much trying to gaslight all the men into believing like we're just like crazy or these badass people for holding any kind of accountability on Cassie when it comes to this matter. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Imagine your wife cheats on you and
Exactly.
you take her back. Y'all work the shit out. Then years later, down the line, you have to find out how and exactly what way she was cheating on you.
Crazy work.
So you find out not only was she just cheating on you with one dude, she was getting triple, quadruple team, double team.
Nasty work.
Drinking other niggas' bee juice. I mean, just let niggas do whatever. And not to mention, she also had an affair with Diddy.
Exactly.
She said abused her. She had an affair with this
Exactly.
nigga. And then women on TikTok are gonna gaslight you into thinking that you a hero for taking on all her bullshit when you really, none of them bitches is gonna acknowledge all the shit that she put you through.
Facts.
This is why women don't get the respect that they beg for in society. Because they don't tell the truth under any circumstances unless it benefits them.
Come on now.
Calling Cassie's husband a hero for staying with her all through all her cheating and all the bullshit, knowing damn well if this was another man, if this was a man getting caught up and getting exposed for doing this shit to his wife, y'all had this bitch y'all be with have pitchforks on this bitch. Y'all are disgusting human beings, bro.
And I've seen all types of comments that have like drove me insane. I think the one that probably got me the most triggered was a woman saying, "This is a man showing loving a woman fearlessly and unconditionally." I'm thinking the first thought that came to my mind is like, you can't even do that. Women in general as a whole can't even reciprocate that. They can't. Because that brother is 100% correct, bro. If the roles were reversed, none of you women would have the same energy. And then got the nerve to try to sit over here and say men are bad just because they want Cassie to take accountability in the part that she played in the whole damn situation.
Somebody go check on Alex. Somebody go check on Alex. I mean, to have to sit through this court case and hear all of those horrible things that your wife had to endure. But the worst part is listening to somebody say they urinated in your wife's mouth. That can't be easy for him. Somebody please go check on Alex. Go check on Alex, please.
Ain't nobody checking on him because when I came on TikTok seeing about this shit, all I could find was videos like this.
May all my girlies find a love that resembles the love that Alex Fine has for Cassie. Like, what a beautiful demonstration of what it means to be loved fully and fearlessly and unapologetically. Like, what? That man said, I didn't save her. She saved herself. My son will now be born into a world that is safer because of his mom. I love that man. That is a good, now that's a good man, Savannah. You hear me? That's a good man. If your man is taking the side of Diddy, if he's making excuses, if he's saying Cassie should have just left, why didn't she leave? She was a willing participant. Child, you might want to run. You might want to get on out of there. You might want to go. Because that's dangerous. Okay, we need more Alex Fines in the world. We need more Alex Fines, for sure.
So having common damn sense and putting her feet to the fire instead of just letting her play victim, apparently that is seen as dangerous now. None of these women would speak positively if it was the woman that was in his position and saying the exact same things. I guarantee you. Ain't no way. I'm telling you, bro, women are very, not all women, but women who think like this are very selfish creatures, bro. Essentially, when she says we need more men like Alex, essentially what she's saying is that we need more men to love us unconditionally and accept our past and still do what they're supposed to do and us love them on conditions. Because let's be honest, man, if the roles were reversed, bro, we wouldn't even be, this conversation wouldn't be rolling the same way. Period. Let's keep it moving.
As y'all know, the Diddy trial is going on right now, and Cassie was just on the stand. But I'm not here to talk about Cassie. I'm here to talk about her husband. So many people are like conflicted as to what he might be feeling and what he might be going through. And he put out a statement that's basically saying that he supports his wife. His wife is very strong. He loves her for getting through the things that she's gotten through. And she is the one, herself, is the one that healed herself to get her through, to get her past her past. And he commends her for that. And he loves her for that. And he respects her for that. And so, like, there's a lot of backlash because he loves and he respects her and he still cherishes her after everything he's heard in court. Like, it's like, oh, how could you still love and look at her the same? And that's why I know that most people do not love for real. You use people. You use people to build yourself up and to make you feel better, and to make you feel good about yourself. But you're not there because you love them. Because the past is what makes them the person that they are standing in front of you. So if you are terribly upset about their past, so much so that you can't get over it, how could you be standing in front of them, telling them that you love them? Their past comes with them. Their past is what makes them. And for people to say, like, don't judge people on their past. Don't judge people. You have to judge people. You have to. You have, like, full control of your life. And so you have full control on the people who comes in it. So that means you have to be vigilant. You have to be steadfast. You have to be looking at these people like, okay, what could you do for me? But also, what could you take from me? What could you possibly come in my life, take, and then leave me without? Like, you have to think about those questions. So yes, everybody should be judged. But the thing is, once you decide to be with that person, once you decide, like, this is my person, you have to fully accept everything that comes with that person. So if they have kids, you have to accept the kids. If they have a nagging mom, you have to accept her. And I know you're going to say, oh, I don't have to accept shit. I don't have to accept shit. Well, don't. And then see how it works out. Okay. But what I'm saying is to be fully in love, to be fully invested, to be fully supportive to your wife or to your husband, you have to accept them fully. It is no other way around it. That's it. And that's all.
So this woman proceeded to say that they are in control of the people that come in their life, but then y'all over here treating her like a victim and she didn't have any control. I'm trying to figure out which one is it. I mean, but you see how that don't make any sense though? On one hand, you control who blase, but then on the other hand, I'm not allowed to judge her off of that, and I'm supposed to just accept her as is, while I'm supposed to continue to better and show and improve myself. Not to say that she's not doing that, but like, let's be real, man. And I know I sound like a broken record, but women aren't giving men that same grace. Let's be real here. And y'all want to give this man kudos for doing what y'all can't even give a man. This unconditional, fully, fearlessly, all these adjectives y'all want to use and shit. Come on, man. Can't none of y'all do that if the shoe was on the other foot.
Good morning, you guys. Happy Friday. One thing that I talked about the other day was the fact that extreme feminism puts women in danger because it sacrifices their safety in order to prove a point that can't be proven. So if you want to go back and find that video and watch it, you can. But another thing that I want to point out is a lot of these people who are attacking people like myself and others who point out that, hey, Cassie has to be held accountable for some of her choices. She chose to do some of those things and she was not under duress. Okay. We get attacked. Okay. But a lot of those people, they don't really care about Cassie's well-being. They just want to prove a point. They just want to be right. If they really cared about Cassie's well-being, they would be speaking on something that she needs to prepare for, but they're not. But I actually do care about humanity. So I'm going to give her some game that y'all need to be giving her if y'all gave a fuck about her. Cassie needs to prepare for the possibility of Alex leaving her, okay? Y'all can sit around and y'all can listen to these women online cackling, talking about, yeah, Alex a strong man. He a good man. He's securing his manhood, and that's why he gonna stay with her. Okay. Even with all of that being said, there is only so much ridicule a man can take. Okay? Men, their egos, they're different from us, okay? Their pride means a lot more to them than it does women oftentimes. You get what I'm saying? So this man's pride is hurt. I don't care what y'all say. That man's pride is very hurt after all of that stuff came out on the stand. You know, that's not something that they can just live down and put behind them, okay? Because somebody's going to always remind him. And even if they're not constantly reminding him, it's going to be in the back of his mind, okay? Whenever he goes to do some sort of business deal, whenever he goes to play a golf game, whatever they do in that world, he is going to have in the back of his mind wondering if those dudes are laughing at him or thinking that those dudes are laughing at him. And God forbid he have words with somebody, a disagreement. What do you think the first thing they're going to say to him is? You probably can't even satisfy your wife, all those BBCs she had up in her. Come on now, we keeping it $1.50. And no, I don't think it's fair that a woman's past is held against her, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's why we need to tell these young ladies the truth. Stop telling them that they can get out here and wild out without consequences. If you love them, tell them what it's really going to do to them. But anyway, that is not something that a man wants to deal with, okay? So at some point, he is going to reach a breaking point, okay? Now, it may be a while because he's probably going to try to stick it out while she, has this baby, and he may try to make it work. He may have, a woman in his family saying, hey, you need to make it work for the baby. You got to put the past behind you. But then he going to have his uncles or some dudes, and they're like, be careful. He's just going to have a whole lot of, whatever. And I do believe that people should make their own choices they shouldn't just do what their family and friends tell them to do. But again, that is on an extreme scale. Like, this man has sat in front of the world and heard about vile, disgusting acts that his wife willingly participated in with hundreds of men. That's a lot for anybody to deal with. You know what I'm saying? And women can say, well, I wouldn't care if I heard that about my husband. And women and men are different. Okay? A man's body and a woman's body, if you don't get it, it's no point in explaining it to you because you're not in reality. But this is where I see this going. Okay? I could be wrong. But I see him either trying to stick it out, but eventually saying, hey, this is just not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Or he may know now, hey, this ain't going to work. And he might do like Party and just be quiet and quietly go on about his business. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Party did. Party quietly went on about his business, but then Meg started taking shots at him. So that's when he released that song telling what really happened with the breakup. And it was what I knew was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff came out and he was embarrassed, and then she kept on, whatever. So anyway, and then y'all painted him out to be a villain for making a song, even though she took shots at him first. But whatever. Like I said, y'all, lack of accountability, feminists, females, y'all not in reality. But anyway, so he is either going to try to stick it out, or if he's a snake, and we all know she gravitates towards snakes, hence her relationship with Diddy. But if he is a snake, I'm going to tell you what he might do. And she better be careful, and she better think. Okay? If he was a snake, or just a low-down person, he could easily, because she's sitting on that $20 million. Minus whatever she done spent in the meantime, but she's sitting on a bag, right? If he's an evil person, he'll get her back on that dope. And so what she needs to do is be mindful. If he say, hey, baby, I know you just had the baby. Let's go release some steam, or what they call it, let off some steam and go party and stuff. And he reintroduce her to some dope and get her back hooked. Then he gonna take her to that courtroom and say, Your Honor, I love my wife, but she has a drug history. She has a well-documented drug history, and she's back on drugs, and I've tried to help her. But Your Honor, I just need the children in the meantime until she gets herself together. And that judge gonna grant him them children. Then he's gonna pull a Kevin Federline. Shout out to the OG Dusty, Kevin Federline. Then he can be like, well, I need money to support the kids. Then he gonna hit her up for a fat child support check. You see what I'm saying? Then it's just downhill from there. So, or he might put her back on that dope and slip her some bad dope, or let her, leave up out of here, and then he get all the money. And y'all can say, that's crazy. No, you have to be in reality, and you have to protect yourselves. If you love women, tell them how to protect themselves and to watch out for shit that can happen to them. Okay? Because this stuff is real. I used to be green. I used to be so green. And that's how I ended up in my toxic relationship. And was in it for quite some time. Okay? But one thing that happened that I am thankful for was I got a good education. And I bet you, by golly, wow, that ain't even how I go, but you know what I'm saying, I'm country. You know what I'm saying? I bet you bottom dollar, I won't fall for some of the shit I fell for in the past. And when I see certain shit, I peep it. Maybe not always, but I peep some shit that she might have to deal with, that she needs to prepare for. And even if it ain't to that extreme, she just really needs to prepare for the possibility that she might not have a happily ever after with this man, or any other man who is not in the industry. Like, she might have to get some kind of man that is like a retired corn, CORN, but not a CORN star or producer or something. Like somebody that has some kind of fetish. Unfortunately, like Diddy, somebody that has some kind of fetish that is turned on by women having been ran through. And I don't say this at all to be judgmental. Like, I am saying this from a place of, hey, if you care about this woman, prepare her for what's going on or what might go on. Okay? So I didn't mean to talk this long. I'm sorry. I love y'all. Thank y'all for watching. And I'll hit y'all up later. But again, y'all feminists, y'all don't give a fuck about women. Y'all don't. Y'all send them to the, y'all feed them to the wolves. Y'all feed them to the wolves. I'm trying to use my words carefully. But y'all do send them to the SLAUGHTER. And then after the fact, you say, oh, that's terrible. Look what you men did to her. Why you send them out there with the wolves in the first damn place if you gave a fuck? And again, like I said, y'all only care about the victims that y'all want to be victims. I'll never hear y'all say shit about Jessica Reed. I'll never hear y'all say shit about her. And I talked about it on another social media platform, and y'all know what y'all said. Who is Jessica Reed? Which I'm not knocking the people that didn't know. It's by design that they didn't know. But she definitely was a victim. Y'all ain't did shit for her. Ain't said a mumbling word. But anyway, if you love girls, you love women, you care about them, put them up on game about what's really going on in this world so that they can avoid shit. And the motherfuckers that do shit, hold them accountable, male and female. Peace out.
Yeah, because you notice in all those clips, you ain't hear one of those women that was over here making him or trying to paint him as the hero. They ain't say anything about him possibly leaving. Y'all ain't even trying to put that thought in the air, and it's a very, very, very much a possibility based on a lot of the shit that he's been hearing in court. And how do y'all not know he's just saying all the right things because he doesn't want to be looked at in a negative way? Because let's be honest, if he would have said something the complete opposite of what was heard in that statement that all these women are over here raving about, do you think these women that are over here painting him to be a hero, do you think they would be painting him to be a hero if he was a little bit more honest, if he would have said he was disgusted, or if he would have said, like, oh, it's a wrap, you feel me? If he was on that type of time, do you think those women would have that same type of energy? No, the fuck they wouldn't. But they know that man would be honest. Did I hear that woman say they said that man secured his manhood? Ladies, y'all will say some of the dumbest shit, all for the sake of validating y'all fucking feelings of getting away with some bullshit, and men accepting these crazy ass paths that y'all got. This 304 pass that y'all got. I don't give a damn how y'all feel, man. That woman did that shit willingly for a long time and then turned around and played victim and cashed out. Let's be 100. Let's cut the crap. Quit gaslighting men and trying to make her look like she's nothing but a victim. No, she is a volunteer as well. I don't give a shit how you try to fucking spin it on us, man. Always trying to gaslight and bully men into looking at things the way y'all do. And then y'all turn around and, oh, where are the boys at? Why men aren't men anymore? Obviously, y'all don't want us to be like men or think like men, because every time we do, y'all want to shame us into thinking like y'all. Fucking dumbasses. Get out of y'all fucking feelings and use some fucking logic for a second, and then you'll understand where the fuck men are coming from. I'm sorry, I know I just went off on a rant. Y'all let me know what you thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know when I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's with the algorithm and helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel blog channel as well as the live show channel. Both links are in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.